Hi, I'm Jon Decker, teaching professional and author of the book, Golf is My Life, Glorifying God Through the Game. Today I want to talk to you about how you properly set your weight at setup. And when I look at any student, I look at four areas in their setup. The first is their feet and the ball. The second are the knees. The third would be the hips. And the fourth would be the shoulders. And I think of these like blocks. If I were going to stack blocks, I would want to stack them one on top of the other. If I put one block over here and one block over here and one block over here, the blocks would all fall down because they wouldn't be stable. So you first of all have to get your feet in the proper position in relationship to the golf ball. And we'll talk about the ball position and some of our other tips. I really want to talk about more of the distribution of the weight with this video. And so I've got a couple of things here that I look at. Number one is get yourself a 2x4, and it's very beneficial to stand on the 2x4 with the balls of your feet on the 2x4. The strongest part of your foot is the ball of the foot. So again, we have the heel, we have the arch, we have the ball, and we have the toe. So I want my weight to be right here. To do this, I've got to bend my knees. If I straighten my knees out, I start falling back into my heels. And that is the most common mistake that I see people make in their weight distribution, is they put their weight back in their heels. They don't get up on the balls of their feet. The second thing I look at would be the knees. So obviously I have to bend the knees, but I also look at the knees this way. When I look at Dustin Johnson has a lot of separation between his knees, and I call it riding the horse. Jason Day has the same thing. The knees are apart. You don't want your knees in. So you don't want to have your knees turned in. That's a weak position. You want to be in a strong position because you're trying to create resistance with the lower body. The third thing are the hips. Now, I've got this alignment stick here to help illustrate this. I'm going to put the little ball on my ankle right there is on the alignment stick. I'm going to bend my knees, and this should hit me right in the center of my hip. So I don't want my hips back here like this. I want my hips to be right in the center. And then my arms are going to just fall down. And then the last thing is going to be my shoulders. And my shoulders are going to form a triangle just like this. And there's that little tilt. So I have the feet, the knees, the hips, and the shoulders. And if I get the lower body, the majority of this is in the lower body. If I get that part correct, the upper body will have a nice, stable foundation to turn upon. If my knees are in and my weight is back in my heels, I tend to get a lot of movement down here in the lower body, and that's really going to force me to use my shoulders and my arms to fix the problem. So many times when I see people and their divots are going way left of their target, so much of their problems are just in their setup. They don't have the blocks stacked properly. So again, it's feet. You want to get in the balls of your feet. Your knees want to be bent. You want the top of your knee right here to be right over the ball of the foot. And then you want to have some space here between your legs, just like this. So almost like I'm riding the horse. And then my arms are going to form the triangle. The hips, the center of the hip is going to be lined up right on the ball on my ankle. That's where it's going to be in the set. So if I do it properly without the stick here, I'm going to do this and go ahead and hit a shot. Got my ball position, weights in the balls of my feet. Got my hips up over in line with where they should be. I'm going to take my grip and then go ahead and hit my shot. Because I was in a good setup position, I was able to hold my finish and hold my balance, which is so critical. Again, when you look at good players, they'll hit their shot and they'll stick their finish. You can't stick your finish if you don't have your weight set up properly. Many times when I see people back in their heels, for me to get to that golf ball, my weight's got to move forward. And because of that, they stop turning and they have to use their arms and hands, and they don't hit the ball nearly as solid. Work on getting the four things: the feet, the knees, the hips, and the shoulders. Get those blocks stacked properly, and you're going to hit the ball a lot more solid.